Sex and drugs and rock and roll is all my brain and body need. Sex and drugs and rock and roll is very good indeed. Keep your silly ways or throw them out the window. The wisdom of your ways, I've been there and I know lots of other ways. What a jolly bad show if all you ever do is business you don't like. Sex and drugs and rock and roll. Sex and drugs and rock and roll. Sex and drugs and rock and roll is very good indeed. Every bit of clothing ought to make you pretty. You can cut the clothing, grey is such a pity. I should wear the clothing of Mr. Walter Mitty. See my tailor, he's called Simon. I know it's going to fit. A little bit of advice, you're quite welcome, it is free. Don't do nothing that is cut price, you know what that'll make you be. They will try their tricky device, trap you with the ordinary. Get your teeth into a small slice, the cake of liberty.
Wait, Chris. Hello.
Over the binoculars on the boat. You definitely look like a 70s rock star now with them in your head. Go on.
Yeah. Well, it all started like in the 60s, didn't it? You know, on the drugs and the, you know, and
your eyes now look like you're on.
Yeah, all the birds and all that, you know, and all of a sudden, like, I was just in it, you know. And you know.
Did you ever do it?
I was going down this slippery slide. And I broke all my arm as it happened.
There was talk that you did, you and your group did a few hotel rooms, is that right?
Yes, we did do a few hotel rooms. I was a painter, and my mate Dave, he was a decorator.
Paul, do you want another beer? Yeah.
No, I've got one here, thank you, my lovely teacher.
Chris?
I'm alright, thanks,
Thank you
lovely.
very much.
Beer as well?
No, lovely, thank you very much.
Love one, my dear. Yeah, and what was the question?
Did you wreck many hotel rooms?
No, we didn't actually wreck them at all. They just wouldn't let us stay in them. Because like, this is what I bought this RV. So, we've got this big RV now. It does like
Well, like one of these bloody
14 of the
European workers.
you know? And it's quick.
If you keep going for another couple of hours,
What would you say your greatest record was that you made in the 70s?
Well, don't go past the tavern.
In the 70s.
I'll see you, mate.
Well, have you heard of Schools
Well,
Out?
you don't go past the tavern, do you?
I have, yeah.
Well,
don't know, I
that
had
was
to stop.
quite a good one there. Schools Out.
Is that true that was recorded above the pie mash shop at BTV?
In Beaconsfield, that was the one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Nick All Over Me.
What I want to do one day is
Yeah.
slap that window out on the side as well. Because that's what tempts me to go
What
in
about
there.
your second
I
hit,
hear it,
Rock and Roll, with the Ills and Mash? How did that come about?
Well, that actually happened with my mate Dave, or was it Steve? No, it was Steve.
Alan.
Or was it Dave?
Alan.
Dave.
Dave. It was Alan.
Alan?
Alan.
Where did you get the title for the album Ills and Mash from?
Well, what it was, have you ever seen that American program in the army where they're all medical people?
You mean MASH?
That's where we got the MASH from. Right?
Gilco.
And,
Oh, really, mate?
and well, obviously the pie came from, you know, At the Sky, because that was like the pie, the sky and the MASH.
No, I thought it was called Ills and
That's
Mash.
why I made the second album called The Pie, the Sky and the MASH.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. It all was a big blur in the 70s, I don't remember. Too many women, too much drugs, and all that rock and roll stuff. It was just, you know, it was heavy, man.
And how
Well, it was heavy, because I was just
there's legendary stories about you and your roadies. Could you fill us in
Oh
with any
yeah,
of
no, that was a lie, because I'm not gay. Right, I ain't gay, and Dave was just a good friend of mine. Elton, we thought he was a bit gay, and it was proved right, weren't we?
What do you say about the allegations that you, with the 13-year-old girls in your dressing rooms?
That's a bloody lie.
26
They
of
were
them.
14. They were 14 and they weren't 13.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that real baggy to me, Gus?
Been
Did you
polite.
say?
Maybe a cat, that done this.
Stuff.
It's not well.
Cheers, mate.
No, it's not a well cat.
Anyway, look, I'm just going to have a little sniff here, all right?
So you're still on the cocaine then?
I'm still on the coke, look, yeah, still on the coke, look.
What sort of message do you think that sends to the children of today in this interview?
Don't eat sherbet up your nose, because it goes all frothy.
Pete Barrett's got a little one or something. He discovered it, didn't he?
Yeah, it's about...
He was a co-founder,
Yeah.
wasn't he? He's obviously a coke magnate.
Have you got any message to the kids of today and about drugs and rock and roll? What do you think about
Yeah,
it?
get as much as you can. It won't kill you. Turns your brain a bit, but then so does booze. You are stressed.
No, don't ask me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Oscar.
What's the matter with my brain?
Now we're taking the interview over to his manager for many years.
Well, I've looked after him for
Mr.
many
Trevor
years,
Barron.
and he has been a bit of a strange one to look after.
Yeah.
Especially when he started bringing the animals back to the hotel.
Nay!
I couldn't quite work out what was happening on them sort of occasions. But we learned to live with that situation because it was our main singer.
You said bring the pussy home.
Exactly.
I didn't know what you was talking about. What fucking cats in? I went down a pet shop and that's what I got. Oh, flip me in hell. This is what I tell you, you're sacked.
This is what I have to put up with as his manager. He gets confused with animals and women. Or
Was this
swimming.
anything to do with the name of the second album, Zoo?
I think that probably tipped him over the edge, actually, the second album being called Zoo, because I think he actually wanted to be part of that sort of culture at
Really?
that time. And it was up and coming, and
Up and went.
and off he went with it, yeah.
Can you tell us in your own words how it affected the group when he was called cross-dressing in Romford?
I think at first when we see him in his dressing room trying to put a bra on, we actually accepted it as just being a joke.
Yeah, you said it was a dressing room. It was fucking Primark.
Shut up.
Primark it was.
But we gathered from other people that had been there previous to us that he was actually doing this on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
And videoing himself in the changing room.
And as Tina, my co-pilot next to me, says, he was videoing himself in the changing rooms as well.
And putting it on Facebook.
Is
So
there
Facebook
any?
weren't if anything.
Is there any?
There is a lot of truth in that,
I
yeah.
don't believe it.
Is there any truth in the rumour about the soft fruit at all?
Well, I've followed a few stories on this soft fruit, and I don't think there is actually. I think it's just some sort of scaremongering. But Tina might have something to say about it, because she's into soft fruit.
This is, by the way, we're going from the manager now to the choreographer of the group.
Right.
I've known Paul a few years,
Yeah, bye.
and I'm afraid everything they've said so far is true. Absolutely true. And I have got little concerns about him. And how non-hairy his arse is. For a boy of his age. For a boy of his age, he's not got a hairy arse. And I'm a bit worried about that. Have you been shaven again, Paul?
That's probably come from the band, I reckon.
Well,
So what do you think of the upcoming tour then of the of Brentwood and the region of Brentwood? How are they going to accept you in Brentwood, Paul? Paul, do you think the Eels are going to go down well?
Molting.
I don't think the Hills are going to go down well at all, myself.
No, the group's called the Eels.
Peter or Sue. They always go down well. She fell off the stool the other day. No, that was a joke.
Oh.
I was acting.
Yeah, she couldn't get on the stool.
Just in case she ever sees it. Sorry, Pete.
Terrible.
All right, cut. Anyway, this is who's the geezer that does the South Bank show?
Melvin Bray.
Melvin Bray. This is Melvin Bray. Goodbye. And thank you for the interview.
Goodbye from you.
And good luck with your the download chart. I hope your new single goes well.
Yeah.